guys pay their bills,
Yeah.
and it's like nobody is even speaking to them or caring about them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
Hmm.
I gotta take care of myself, and why you ain't got no money? You know what I'm saying? I got it. And it's like y'all
Hmm.
don't
Hmm.
understand that's the system. You're gonna work so hard so you don't be poor.
Hmm.
You
So
go
essentially, so essentially, what you're saying is that we're past that point where people get to say that anymore. Like, I'm good, my nigga. Why you not?
dog. It's bro, let's just look at statistics. Homeless epidemic. Or basically, how many people live in their cars?
Communal living. Mm.
Estimates vary widely, but a significant numbers of Americans live in their vehicles.
Wow.
Dog,
Mm. That's the
dog,
real thing, bro. That
dog.
wasn't just on TikTok, bro.
Nah, bro. I'm about to grab my phone. I'll be back. But yeah, it's
Hmm.
crazy.
Mm, mm, mm. By the way, I love your icon picture, Breeze. That is that's also the emblem Ransom used for the album cover with Primo.
Oh, yup, yup.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite symbols right there. Hmm. I'm on the part of the clip off where they talking about the O fights. That was one of their symbols too.
Yep, yep. I feel like every time we read it, we kind of around the same place. But yep,
Hmm.
I'm over there too.
But that's crazy though when you talk about not only is it more likely than not that people are just working to pay their bills, that more and more people are foregoing the idea of paying rent or even paying a mortgage and just
Hmm.
living out of their vehicles, which economically makes sense, right? Economically. However, if we're talking health wise, like, man, you gonna have to spend some nights laying in the grass, like just to get the full stretch, right? Like you're not gonna get a full stretch in the car. Like,
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
That shit is inhumane, dog. I
it
don't
gotta be, bro. It
that
gotta
shit
be,
is
bro.
fuck, bro. Come
It
on.
gotta be. Look, I didn't know it was inhumane to be in the hole for 60 days until after I did it. But yeah, yeah. This sound like one of those things. It's like, yeah, I didn't know it was that bad until you described it that way. You know what I'm saying? But if you think about it, think about a person in the winter sleeping in their car. Like I'm just thinking about all of the ins and the rounds that a person will have to go through to make that work.
I don't know.
Man, man.
It's it's like it's a broken system
And I
because
put that video in the chat.
Or
we looking at ways to improve society without um adding in the
Further
humanity
hindering it.
into it.
Yeah. Like we're stretching humanity to do this shit. Like to find out the nuts and bolts about what the human can and can't take type shit. Like we're putting the people through it first to figure that out.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
what was I talking about earlier with you, Hood? Like with how they figured out surgeons and doctors knew what they were doing. Like these niggas grabbed dead bodies and probably sometimes live people and experimented on them until they figured some shit out. Like that's ultimately how you got your surgeon. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
let's think about that part too.
The wealth worship.
yeah. I personally I would personally like what Breeze was saying, like we are at a point in time where we have to fix the system.
Mm-hmm.
We can't ignore And the thing is, the way we get through is in 2025. I've heard niggas say, well, LeBron James is rich.
Oh my gosh.
Michael Jordan is rich.
Hmm.
Like I've heard that in this year, talking to Republicans about fucking wealth inequality, and they'd say, well, something is really wrong with black people because they are doing XYZ. And I'm saying that the education and the access to knowledge and being not just a laborer, but a a community builder, a leader, a person that's able to organize and unite people is literally being taken away from us on a day-to-day basis. Like it is nowhere where black men can get information and knowledge to succeed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, go
Yeah.
to college or go to a trade school. I mean, I'm not discounting those things, but I'm saying all of these systems is not perpetuating our growth as a community. Because if they've always been here,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
what have they gotten us this far? And why can't we be specific? I went to a Jewish community center the other day, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Filled to the brim with vehicles and people doing different shit in the name of Jewish community.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about a worldwide black community
How
that
did that make you feel?
no, I mean, it's not about feelings, it's just about damn, we have to figure that part out because once again, if the system don't change, regardless of what we doing or thinking or feeling, it does not matter. I've seen too many niggas feel shit and riot and protest and yell and stand on Congress and shit. And I
And for
don't
what?
for what?
Mm-hmm.
Fred Hampton got killed in his sleep, bro.
In his sleep, bro.
By the government.
Which also means that somebody that knew him allowed that to happen too.
It also mean that nobody went to jail. He didn't get justice for his murder.
Nothing.
And black people have not unified and organized to that level since.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And then they made a mockery of the nigga with Chadwick Boseman and
Mm-hmm.
ritualized him in a matter of 4 to 5 years. They ran
Yeah,
that whole Black
he,
Panther
he,
psyop.
yeah, he went from a very, very capable and very healthy young black man.
To a sickly old man in a matter of couple years. Nigga went
Mm-hmm.
from OG big stout man to grandpa. How?
Yeah, he signed the wrong contract.
He did the wrong ritual.
Wrong ritual, bro.
They did the Black Panther ritual. The
Mm-hmm.
nigga is the Black Panther. We already had a Black Panther. Fred Hampton is the Black Panther.
Yeah, I don't think it would have been that big of a deal if the ritual didn't involve him fighting Killmonger, right? Like if that ritual didn't involve the incessant division that has always existed between the so-called immigrant black man and the indigenous black man. Like if he didn't perpetuate that through that ritual, like it might have been a smack on a smack on the wrist, and he'd have still been able to keep going. But because he did that way, yeah, I think that's what lended itself to him having to go. And I'm just speculating, bro, but I'm just talking about spiritual ethics here.
Yeah, because we can write any movie we want to write. Let's remember that.
hmm I'm talking about spiritual ethics. When I reference the fact that he had to do that against another nine-ether being, like to get that ritual off. You had half the community divided, right? I'm a Killmonger, nigga. Nah, I'm a Black Panther, nigga. Like niggas was literally fighting over that. Dead ass. It was almost like the light skin, dark skin fight in the hood. Like
Yeah,
that light skin ass nigga, that old dog LB ass nigga, that old roach ass nigga. Like, yeah, like it was almost like colorism in the hood all over again. That's what I thought of Black Panther. I thought of colorism, but that's just me. But anyway, this was the clip that I was referencing when we was talking about wealth worship, and I thought it was interesting the way he spoke on it.
Worshiping. Right? One thing you get it, the wealth worshiping. Right? One thing you get it, you're a pro athlete. So yeah, I'm got what I got. You're a successful person. You bought what you got, right? But the worship of it is deep in our culture, right? So they see Marshawn, he gotta be dipped. You see Wood, he gotta be dipped. We have this thing where it's worship though. And our culture goes deep into worshiping as we see. We the ones who holler in the church, right? So some of us are like spellbound by the words, right? Yeah.
Mike, he going to where you want him to go.
And let him talk.
Am I?
He got it.
Yeah, because we are, for sure. Like, that's why I mentioned, say, there's no public enemy. There's no like that. There's, I like Future. I like the rap. I do. But think about the words. And we had LL Cool J. These were pastors, by the way. Because I ain't go to church. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't no church dude. But I got lessons, some of them were spiritual lessons that we got from rapping. Or we got inspiration, right? Even if it wasn't no kind of lesson, you got inspiration from rappers, right? Think about what's being said today. Today, nothing is talked about but say literally it's just sex and drugs and just undermining everything cultural. We wouldn't even know the Black culture was a great contributor to the American fabric at all. You just wouldn't know, especially with them getting rid of like DEI like that. You just wouldn't know the incredible contributions. And without the contributions, we just look like tatted up and around talking. Go pro like a John Morant can go pro and still carry a thug thing. You know what I'm saying? And like, you ain't no thug like that. Y'all don't even got that. Y'all got what y'all got. Y'all got shooters and all that type of dump. But y'all are like drill music people. Yeah. Y'all are just insane with it. There's a difference, crazy and insane. Y'all are insane with it. Everybody's a little crazy. We all a little bit crazy. Insane, that's that other level. And in my opinion, we've done too much to exalt the ratchet people of the culture, right? And not the smarter people. The wealth worshiping.
Which I think.
The wealth worshiping is idolatry, is self-aggrandizement, is exalting the illusion, is exalting glamour. But I will say,
real quick, Breeze, real quick, since you're on that, since you're on that line, real quick, what's the difference between bragging and going too far to what you're describing? What's the difference?
That's a good question. I would say self-aggrandizement and bragging is kind of like on the same spectrum. I don't see nothing wrong with, competition, iron sharpening iron wise.
Propping yourself up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like, say I go to the gym, you know what I mean? And, the boxing gym, I'm boxing, I'm sparring with somebody and they kind of talking shit, but it's not like disrespectful. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, they see me, you know what I mean? Oop, 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 thought you had me, that kind of thing, that kind of bragging. Whereas I think the bragging that Will Harris is talking about is, kind of like the Kanye West All Falls Down song. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I spent a couple $100 on this just to be like, nigga, you ain't up on this. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. You know what I mean? Kind of taking something from the material.
Foolish entitlement
Yeah,
type shit.
but like taking something from the material world and attaching it to yourself and making yourself portraying that you have some type of status, some type of
That
regal
thing is, or
essence
that
about
thing
you.
exists or is necessary because of you in some kind of way.
Yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then when you think about entertainment, it's all about self-aggrandizement. You know, the braggadociousness about it. You know, and don't get me wrong, like I said, with sports, the flashiness is pretty cool because if you're really that good and you brag, I mean, it is what it is. You know, but I mean, look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan never really bragged, bro. He was just
I
good.
mean, the tongue was enough. The tongue was enough, bro. Like, listen, if I stick my tongue out at you while I'm flying by you, like, I think that's enough, right? Like, I
Yeah.
don't think you needed to talk to me afterwards.
hmm
Like, no, the tongue was enough. But yeah, I get where you
hmm
coming from. What
hmm
you say, Hood?
For like a while, I've been like noticing stuff about people, whether it's like spiritual people, people that I fuck with, family members, friends, whatever. And I used to be just so perplexed by it. Like, damn, like I would think that I was going crazy. But
Mhm,
I feel like when it comes to people, the the ways that we talk about black people, the way we talk about people in general, is that there is some inherent good, and we just need to either unify with it, find it, uplift it, speak to it. But I feel like people showing you who they are and what they about and what season it is, what time it is, who is in control, the
mhm,
mindset of the people is like, you know, I think like this deeper need for everybody to be good is what will get you in trouble, right? When you love people and you build a family and you show up for your family as a man, you can have crazy ass kids, right? Oh, insane cousin, you know what I'm saying? Like
mhm,
hmm
mhm, mhm,
fucking cousin is insane. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Don't got shit to do with me, but I gotta deal with this nigga on a daily basis, right?
mhm.
So I'm saying this all to say when you prepare for human beings for the good, then you gonna be perplexed. Like, oh man, we used to listen to Public Enemy and LO. Listen, these motherfuckers ain't on that because they not about that.
They not from that.
They want to listen to Playboy Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion because they going to do some drugs and they listen to music about sex and drugs because guess what they doing?
That's what they
Yep.
doing,
Sex
nigga.
and drugs. All right,
That's
I'm
what they
listening
doing.
to shit niggas ain't listening to because just what my mindset on, and I'm not finding people listening to the motherfucking enchantment, nigga.
At all, at all, at all. Niggas is not on this 5 hour meditation track, like
Niggas
at
is
all.
not listening to the John Coltrane avant-garde mix with me, nigga.
Mm-mm,
hmm
mm-mm,
They
mm-mm,
looking at
hmm
me like I am crazy.
mm-hmm. If you put that on in the car,
That's a fact.
Dog, you gotta understand.
Somebody going to sleep, and that's a fact.
They gonna be pissed. My
Yeah,
kids be pissed when I throw on the jazz.
yeah,
Damn. Hey dad, I was wondering, you feel like playing that one song?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Not your songs,
not
Dad.
this one though.
Not yours. Dad. Not yours. Yeah, I totally agree, right? And I think um, the reason I was prompted to make this quote was because of the idea of wealth worship, and I do feel like if we're just speaking on our spiritual community, like the collectively, like there is imbalanced amount of attention that we might say pay towards spending. But again, like you stated earlier, like if we're talking about individual versus collective, then it's not even a conversation. We're talking about collective, then yeah, I get it, right? But we are not viewed as a collective. Like we are treated as a collective but viewed as individuals, and it's not necessarily translated that way when it comes towards credit. And so while I hear where Wood is coming from, and I'm from that era, right? Born same time, all of that. Um, I'm also like the antithesis of the get off my lawn nigga, right? Like, I'm not going to tell you that this is why your life ain't shit because you doing shit that we didn't do in the 70s. I'm not that nigga, right? Like, I'm not like we got enough of those niggas in our community, right? Like, that's why that's happening because you running around here with that Jezebel. Like, that's not that's not me. But what I will say is like, if we move the dollar or just a dollar amongst each other collectively, the way that we move our alliances, right, and our so-called collective communities, because we build our own little fucking like insane communities amongst ourselves and the people that we call our immediate circles. Like if we could commingle some of that a little bit more and move some of the dollars in between each other a little bit more consistently, like then I'm good, right? Because then I know that the participation level exists to a point where everybody is participating and where everybody is putting their better foot forward, as opposed to it just being a few people and a bunch of people judging them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I prefer it to be that where people, uh, uh, so to speak, put their money where their proverbial spiritual mouth is, right?
Mm.
Put that there first, and then let's gather up all the data after, as opposed to, oh, she ain't shit, he ain't shit, blah blah blah. Like we did enough of that. You know what I'm saying? Like we did enough of that. And I don't think you ingratiate the next generation by saying y'all on bullshit or y'all got is insane shooters. What? Like, wait a minute. Wait.
Mhm.
I just heard the nigga break down. That was the second thing. Yeah, I just heard the nigga break down the difference between a crazy shooter and an insane shooter. That's what I got from that.
It's highly hypocritical because this nigga was on The Wire, so it's like
The Wire.
The Wire. The Wire, where you see a nigga just run up on a nigga point blank range.
The nigga he played? Come on, bro. Not the nigga he played. Like,
That show was demonic as hell. If we gonna put it on that level, people like
he was AZ in fucking the Outpost story with fucking Rich Porter in them. You know what I'm saying? Like he's Rich
You know
Porter.
what's funny?
That's Rich Porter, ain't it? No.
You
Mekhi Phifer is Rich Porter, right?
Yeah.
AZ.
Mhm.
He's AZ. Like, come on, bro. You talking about niggas that had money. You talking about niggas that had money before niggas was complaining about money. These niggas had money before niggas was complaining about money. These niggas was in fly cars in 75. You know what I'm saying? Like that's different. But yeah, it's super hypocritical, bro. Them niggas got more than just shooters. Yeah, they the drill nation, but come on, bro. We came from niggas for life and Ice Cube and them niggas. Like, we don't really have a lot of room to talk, bro.
I think the funny thing about what both of y'all said is that Wood Harris wore a wire on Paid in Full.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But But I think the apex of self-aggrandizement and idolatry is, the elitist mindset and, the viewpoint of like capitalism, you know, putting yourself in a place where you have a higher social status than other people.
Mhm.
But the funny thing is with the idolatry, it's like you think you got, well, the status is imaginary. I mean, all status is made up, but like you would
That
think that
one is
someone
super imaginary.
but the thing, you would think someone has a status because of some type of skill set, something that they can provide to others. Whereas you don't have status by buying things. You get what I'm saying? They
Your
don't
status
give you
needs to be
that.
agreed upon.
Yeah,
Your status needs to be collectively agreed upon.
yeah. Yes. It has nothing to do with, you get what I'm saying? Like, so for instance, Nikola Tesla, the actual Tesla, to me, he had a certain status because of what he wanted to provide for humanity, free energy. You get what I mean? Like he wanted to do something. Now, um, your favorite rapper, you know what I mean, with 3 Benzes, Cuban link that's worth 100,000, gold in his mouth. That's not status, bruh. You a consumer.
No,
You
no.
just a grandiose
But I
consumer.
think, I think the crucial factor in what you're pointing out is
Malcolm
that
X, that's status.
is how we treat it, right?
Yes. How we
How how we treat it on the back end, because what the distinctions that you're laying out are right and exact 1,000%. But how do they get treated on the back end, right? It's like, how do we treat the nigga that did 10 years for killing somebody versus the nigga that did 12 years and got a degree at at a college,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
The nigga that did the 10 years for killing somebody gonna get a party when he come home. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nigga
Yep.
that graduated college, like, you not gonna give a fuck that he home. You not. And I think that's the difference. It's how we treat one versus the other. I don't think it's necessarily about the distinctions, because the distinctions are clear if one is aware, right? But once we get past that point, how does each party get treated? Like, one party is revered almost, like exalted, like martyrdom. Like, you know what I'm saying? The other
Yeah.
one is like, yeah, like you could do with or without that nigga. Like, you just like, yeah, all right. No, nigga graduate. Niggas graduate every day, B. Like, that's how we treat that guy. I'm not saying us, but I'm just saying, like, society, that the our collective society is like, that's how we treat that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the treatment level is paramount, because now we're talking about intention, right? You reward a particular level of achievement based off of accomplishment and intention, right? So it's almost like we reward conflict as opposed to conflict resolution.
Or I'll do one better. I feel like we reward the lack of morals in competition, which is basically cheating.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we reward the nigga that pushes the line. The nigga
Yes.
that's willing to push the line, we reward that nigga, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
The one that
if we're talking about a nigga who got a Buddha personality, a Buddha essence personality, where he don't fight nothing, he don't want for nothing, he ain't in competition with nothing, he trying to help everything and everyone walking. This nigga feeds the birds in the morning, like, that nigga is a problem, because he is not even thought of. And I think that's the difference, right? We, as a society, regardless of even if we're talking about a color, I think that the Buddha in society is laughed at and frowned upon.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
the toxic masculinity or toxic femininity, whatever echo chamber, phrase you want to put on it, like we revere that person. I mean, it's one of the reasons why they say there's no such thing as bad publicity. Like you could hear the worst shit about a person all week long and still have a conversation about them on your day off, right? Like,
Yeah. I feel like everybody needs what it seems like from a psychological point, every human needs something to fixate on. Everyone needs like a certain center. Everyone needs a certain type of like, for the sake of this conversation, a degraded monad. You get what I'm saying? And basically, the people that like try to cheat society or try to get over are put on a pedestal because they are looked at as powerful. You get what I'm saying? Like God don't follow his rules, or God don't have to follow his rules. You get what I'm saying?
Talking about blood earlier.
But people seem powerful or greater because they're doing something that is taboo to everyone else. You get what I'm saying? Like Snoop Dogg was smoking weed
before weed was cool and popular.
Yeah. And when you could do fair time for having it.
Yeah.
Talked about
that's key. That's key.
Yeah. But it's like,
Hood, we were talking about blood earlier. You brought up blood earlier, Hood. You brought up something about blood. I brought up bloodlust after you talked. What was that thing you brought up earlier, Hood?
I was talking about Yetzirah. I said that before. We was talking about it, where people have Yetzirah is just people have an evil inclination. So like you like a girl, and because you like her, you have all of these preconceived notions about her. But when she shows up to have a evil, like she does some fucked up shit, it throws you off. Like you can't even conceptualize it
because you couldn't fathom it because of where you placed her,
because of how you think of humans. And how you view human nature. In every framing of conversation, I think it is not like saying people are inherently bad. It's saying if I put you in a situation, if I'm like, you know what I'm saying, what's up with you? You know what I mean? You like, this is what's up with me, nigga. Like, why are you trying to get in my business? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, like, bitch, I'm trying to see if you evil. I'm trying to see if you evil or not.
Trying to see what you want.
At the core, I feel like, and I'm telling you, we talking about black people.
Yeah. Every single one of us got a person that you describing like this in our circle. But go ahead.
Or experienced a situation where you like, damn, I thought you were a good person. But I mean, this is a Jewish concept, and it's a spiritual concept in reference to the things that you do, the things that you eat. Earlier, y'all was talking, and I was just thinking how, like, we don't have a moral compass as a people. So how can we build? Any example that I see of people building in a holistic, healthy way is through having a moral compass. The Amish, the Chaldeans, the Muslim people, the Jewish people. Those people have a moral code that you could die by. Do black people have that at all?
That's a dope ass question. I would say that older spiritualists like myself would probably say that's what Ma'at was supposed to be. But I don't necessarily think that Ma'at was as universally available to all of us as it was to some of us. So that was one of those things where some of the uppity blacks held it from the other blacks type shit, you know.
And that's just the thing when we talk about spiritual development for so many years, dog. Niggas let motherfuckers gaslight them and lie to them about spiritual development. And it was a popularity contest, and it was a come to an event, it was a come to a class, it was a watch my video, I'm interviewing this motherfucker, I'm licking this person ass while I'm licking this person pussy at the same time. You didn't even know I could do that because I do spiritual stuff. Yeah, ass at this like dog.
Yep.
For years. And now people are burnt out on spirituality. Nobody really want to talk about it. Nobody really want to get into it because y'all motherfuckers thought it was going to be a popularity. You thought you was going to win at it.
Mm-hmm.
They thought they could break their way through it.
You was going to succeed in spiritual development.
Mm-hmm. They thought they could do real good-looking performative acts.
Dog, they thought they was going to get a crystal ankh with a hair wrap with bedazzles on it.
Mm-hmm.
And they was going to levitate through the event. And motherfuckers was going to be like, you the most spiritual motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. Can you heal me?
They was going to have the crystal headbands like the niggas from Thundercats. Like, yeah, they really thought like Nature Boy and Nature Boy and Polite was gonna take them somewhere. Anyway,
to an island and get fucked.
Yeah, like
let's be clear, bitches was going to islands.
Yeah. Like I don't want to apologize for those niggas, but I want to apologize for how this shit started. And just let y'all know that we not on that. That's why we still here type shit, right? Like that's one of those things we can hang our hat on type shit. Cause like spiritual ethics is a thing, right? And I think like just for us, it within this circle that we have as the initiates, we have our own moral code that we stick to. Like we have spoken and we have unspoken. I think what you're speaking to is the rites of passage shit that was skipped after niggas was supposed to be put out into the wild to do what thou wilt type shit, right? Like niggas was sent out into the wilderness without knowing that they had this. Niggas
said when it comes to spirituality, I'm gonna do what I feel like doing. And that's the same way as saying when it comes to building this house, I'm gonna build it how I feel like building it.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip this brick, right? Like
I don't like that brick. That brick give me bad vibes. I don't like the way
because this foundation is taking too long, right?
I don't need a foundation. I got Oshun said that I don't need a foundation.
I'm just use sand. Instead of using brick, I'm gonna just use sand here.
I'm gonna meditate on it. How about that? I don't even need to brick. I don't even need to build
spot, right? Like that's what it sounds like when you hear your girl be like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna do this." Never mind.
I'm gonna get a reading and then
listen.
Should I build this house the way that I want to build it? This contractor is saying that it's a specific way to build it, but I'm gonna get a reading to determine whether. Did y'all see fucking Kim Kardashian? She was like, these fucking psychics are full of shit. I saw 4 psychics and they said I was going to pass the bar. They all fucking lied. I'm like, bitch.
You're not even that smart. Like you knew that. Like you knew that. Like you knew that. You was looking for somebody to lie to you so well that you forgot the lie was the truth. Like you, bitch, you knew you wasn't that smart. You had to know that. Like there's no way. No. There's no way. You're gonna blame that on the spiritualist. Like, that's not the spiritualist's fault. You gave them too much money up front. That's your fault, bitch. Like,
Yeah, you gave them 70,000.
yeah, they saw you coming, bitch. Like,
Mhm.
fuck. But yeah, no, I think that was the thing. When initially the so-called conscious community was doing online, like supposed to be this kumbaya effort, and it never materialized to that. And because it ended up being another one of those every man for himself type fields, like now the reverberations are being felt because we lost a lot of our babas, right? We lost a lot of our spiritual teachers, and the word wasn't necessarily transmuted because a lot of the people was still doing, the same.
Trying to get points from dick riding.
Yeah. Niggas did the dick riding shit, but nothing else. Like niggas didn't exemplify the word whatsoever.
You know how many times niggas have told me, "Oh yeah, I actually met Panic," or I talked to Khadijah, and I'm like, "All right, bro, like motherfucker, I seen Dennis Rodman one time when I was at the fucking Cavs game.
Yeah, I see.
He was tall as fuck. I thought he was a 7-footer. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, he
I
looks
see.
way taller in person than he do on TV. Like, what are we talking about here? Like,
I seen the nigga shake the Pope hand, nigga, and go smoke crack the same night. Like, yeah, it's not nothing special, bro. Like, like it's one thing to take the word and act the word, be the word, become the word, right? It's another thing to just use the word to get a couple of dollars and keep it pushing. The problem is niggas took this industry just like they took civil rights and all of everything else that came out of the black culture. They took that shit and tried to run with it dolo.
and tried to get rich. Let's add,
Tried
like,
to
they
get rich.
tried to get rich. They didn't even care. It was like, yo,
Yeah, like Sadnetta was supposed to be out of this world right now. Them niggas backbited each other so bad that niggas is just relegated to just making podcast videos. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And because that industry got to that point, like it's just another example of the pattern that we have within our collective. Like niggas gonna try and do it by themselves before they try and do it with somebody.
whenever you lay the truth out, you're going to have people argue with you.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you say, what did we say before we got over? The first thing I said, bro, what do you want to do? You want to tell the truth or you want to pander? When you get online, you make a decision. Do I want to pander to people so people can like me, or do I want to tell the truth and find my audience, find my tribe?
Facts.
It's either one, because it's easy. I could suck both of your titties at the same time and give you a back rub. Metaphorically, I'm not talking about literally. I'm talking
do your taxes,
about
bitch. I'll do your taxes all at the same time. Like the fuck?
You are a queen goddess walking the earth. You can do no wrong.
That is a fact.
It's your mom's fault. It's your dad's fault. It's your ex's fault. It's your husband's fault. It's your kid's fault. It's everybody's fault but your own. You do not need to take accountability. I'm tired of motherfuckers using that word accountability because it don't even matter. It's everybody's fault. It's not your fault. If we could talk like this for the next 20 hours straight, and it'll go viral because when people get online, they're not trying to be challenged and they don't want to hear the truth. They're not a fucking truth seeker, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There is no emotional regulation that exists on these panels.
Nah, if you're trying to get a good word in, you better get the fuck away from the panels because all they going to do, any good conversation, if it's 8 people on a panel, one person is on that panel to make sure that the conversation get derailed whenever we get.
Somebody is not going to agree. You can't get 3 people to agree, let alone 8. So don't tell me you got 8 niggas on the panel with everybody on the same page. Don't tell me that. And that'd be the problem. Disingenuous conversations, remedial conversations, redundant conclusions. echo chamber talk points. And it's disingenuous from the level of you guys are not having these conversations with the idea of solutions in mind. You guys are having these conversations to either demonstratize one gender versus the other or to make a couple dollars. In any event, you're trying to make a couple dollars. So you're not really trying to evolve or move the culture forward. You're just trying to make a couple dollars. I just wish niggas that were trying to make a couple dollars would just come out with that on their forehead. That should be their advertisement, right? So we know which niggas to take serious or not. I'm just keeping it a bean, right? At least that way we know, like, I'm not gonna spend my time on this conversation. I'm not even gonna clip this. I'm not even going, because I know you're trying to get a couple of dollars. So everything that you say is gonna be geared in that direction. So therefore, this conversation is moot. You know what I'm saying? But we can't get to that point where niggas is writing exact with their intent. Because everything is about $1. Niggas sell their souls for less. What video is this, big bro? I can't hear you. You muted.
Just letting you guys know that all of the psychics that we have met with and that we're obsessed with are all full of shit. They all collectively, maybe 4 of them, have told me. Just letting you guys know that all of the psychics that we have.
She thought she was going to pass the bar. She went to psychics instead of studying the bar. This is where we at with it.
Wow.
Oh, man.
You're going to pay her way across that finish line. Now that's maritime sea law. You gotta take that test to get in there.
But yeah, I mean, like, as far as the knowledge and the information and the way that people have been broken down through TikToks and stuff like that, the capacity for long form content is shrunk, and the capacity for knowledge has been shrunk. The capacity for community have been shrunk because, like you said, people just want to argue, and it's like common sense or truth. It definitely triggers people nowadays, and you would be like, it's just like you got to be smart enough to know people don't even want to hear the truth if you want to deal with people at a certain level. It's like,
I think that's why the corporations impose their will on people and get away with it.
why you say that?
Because all people want to do is argue about things. Everybody want to argue about how things should be. You know what I mean? I should be able to live like this. You know what I mean? I should be able to walk out the house wearing whatever. Okay, yeah, I get that you should, but
that don't mean you
the house dressed like a video girl, you're going to get treated a certain way.
Yeah, like you could do that, but that doesn't mean
you could say like I shouldn't be disrespected. I shouldn't have to worry about this stuff. It's more so of a it should be like this as opposed to this is how it is, and people not living according to the environment and the world we're living in because it's all in our mind that life should be like this, and so we trying to speak our ideas into existence on a world scale, though. You get what I'm saying? We trying to make the world change, you know, and it just frustrates people. But I think it's just an unnecessary weight we put on ourselves. You know what I mean? Like that's like me going to the gym and saying, like, you know, I'm young, I should be able to bench press 325.
Mm-hmm.
And I get in there and I can't lift it. Now I'm mad as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, My max right now is 190. You get what I'm saying? But I could go to the gym and set an unrealistic expectation about things and don't hit that expectation and then just be fucking mad.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I think that's people's expectations about this world or just civilization. I'll say that. And meanwhile, the people that are in charge of the electricity, the water, the internet, Target, Walmart, Myers. You get what I'm saying? These massive corporations can do what they want. You know what I mean? Because all the people gonna do is complain amongst each other and fight over ideas.
Mhm.
Whereas we got real things that are changing, real things that people are doing like on a government scale that altering is altering civilization, is altering our day to day, slowly but surely, but we want to argue with each other about our ideas about it, as opposed to, hey, bro, we all need to get on the same page about this. I think that's a problem as well. Like being okay with not agreeing, but like, nigga, we gotta agree on this.
Right.
Like two parents. Y'all don't have to like each other, but y'all got a kid.
Yeah, certain shit.
Y'all got to do the best for that kid. Y'all got to put that shit aside.
And that sound good, but
Like,
in
it's
reality, that shit don't pan out that way.
it doesn't at all.
Want to give up an inch for what it is that they attach to their survival type shit. And that's the kind of shit that they attach to their survival.
I think, and then from a certain level, when you study tarot, you get into a certain level of order, of like some type of principle, some type of ethic, some type of standard. It make your life easier, and it's easier to see like that's what a reader and a psychic is. Like you can't be a reader for real and you don't understand and implement the energies. Because when somebody tries to get a reading from you, it's not even like hard to see that you don't got no discipline in your life, or
Yeah.
you don't feel like you a god for real. You feel like you something else, or like you just your energy is off. Like, and you can see where it's
You
at.
make this shit like a job type shit.
It's like you a vehicle and you know how to fix your vehicle. So when niggas bring your car to you and they like, man, it's making this noise. I don't even know what it is. You like, oh, that's the motherfucking wheel mounts.
Yeah, you like, yeah, I know that shit.
It's like you gotta know this shit, but it's like it when spirituality become vibes and just like a whatever people feel like,
Kumbaya session.
yeah, it don't give you the results. And to what you were speaking, Breeze, we don't like people don't really care about the steps it take to get to a certain level where we could even unite in any form or fashion, because it requires uh intrinsic or metaphysical standards.
And I think what you're ultimately, what both of y'all ultimately alluding to, is something that's tied to intestinal fortitude and what's nicknamed as gumption, right? Like either you have it or you don't, right? And unfortunately, the reality is that a lot of people don't, right? But spiritual people also know that that's ultimately a decision, whether you have it or not, right? So it's like you said, Hood, that person that's given the reading, but they're so boxy with it, like they're not embodied within it, like they're not doing this through connection, they're not transmuting a particular type of level of energy for this reading to land, but they're approaching this like a hobby or a job, and it comes across that way. And so ultimately what I think happens is what people ultimately embody doesn't come from what they are actually saying out their mouth, and they want you to believe what's coming out their mouth. However, like the actions are like pointing somewhere else, like far, far else, and it's hard to coagulate the two. Like it's hard to reconcile the two with someone who isn't aware of that. I think it's hard to reconcile that and explain that to someone who's not aware of it.
Because I guess like back to a spiritual analogy, like we can connect mentally, but not connect emotionally.
Mm-mm.
Or you could be in a mental phase of your life, a physical phase of your life, a passive phase of your life, but you're not in an emotional phase of your life, and you're not there.
Yeah, some people are more realistic, but some people lack empathy. Right?
I mean, people. No, what I'm saying is people have a way to change so very drastically because you haven't got to see that side of them.
Yeah.
You don't know that emotional side. You don't know that fire side. But it's like
you haven't spent that much time with them to be privy to.
you could be with them for years, but when they have like I'm saying, people be married for 20 years, 8 years, and now they can't stand each other, don't want to talk to each other, don't know each other.
Some people are also systematic in how they camouflage their shadow, is what I was describing.
I mean, that's what a spiritual relationship is going to require you to know that is there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like the baddest bitch in the world,
got
with the most money.
Got a shadow.
Like, if you dealing with somebody and they give you abundant love out of nowhere, a spiritual person got to know that got a dark side to it.
Got a dark side to it. The best pussy you got, the best penis you got a dark side to it.
Ain't nothing perfect. Every card have an opposite polarity.
Mm-hmm.
Every sign have an opposite polarity.
Mm-hmm.
Every spiritual concept in essence have an upside or a reverse.
Yeah. So much so that we always talk about and break down the alchemical concepts of the tree of knowledge. But what am I working on right now? I'm working on the backside of that tree, the opposite of that tree, the Qalipoth, right? Like all of the things that you wanted to do but never embarked on, right? Like all of those rockets of desire, right? Like there is a backside to that. Ambition for success. There is a backside to that, exalting oneself to higher states of consciousness. There is a flip side to it. Unfortunately, fortunately. You know what I'm saying? Like it does exist.
Yeah, I mean that's the nature of spirit. It's the breath.
Mm-hmm.
It's the seed. And it's more vast and more pronounced than anything physical.
Mm-hmm.
Physical stuff and physical ideas. So
spiritual leads to the physical. So
I
said spiritual leads to the physical. So like that's always been our theme. Like when we speak about anything spiritual, we start from that concept. Like spirit leads to matter. So
yeah, but I'm saying when you approach it when you approach things physically or you look at things physically, you're only seeing one side of it. And just because you don't see that other side of it, don't assume that it's not going to come back to bite you in the ass, because it will. Mm-hmm. I think that's just kind of a absolute in life.
Yeah, 1,000%, especially to a spiritual person. Or rather, don't call yourself a spiritual person if you don't think that you're going to have to deal with those ramifications.
Even the materialist got to die. So it's like,
Yeah. We still get put in the ground. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, even the materialist got to die. I remember hearing something. I can't remember exactly. It might have even been a song, but on the song, it was just like devalue your perception. There's no state of certainty. Um, and that just came to mind just hearing y'all talk. You know, I think when you feel certain about something, that's when you get your whole world cracked and shattered.
Mhm.
You know, yeah.
Here's a clip that I wanted Hood to speak to of one of his podcasts recently that I was clipping. I think it fits the conversation, and yeah, so that's why I put it in the chat. I got like 3 more I wanted
It's
to
a
put in there,
time
like, one by one.
where you're going to reach out for your dad and your dad is not there. You're going to reach out for your mom and your mom is not there. And if you don't have the skills to self-regulate, shit just gonna look crazy. Because your parents can love you, your parents can want the best for you, but very rarely do parents prepare you for living without them. They only enable you to live with them. So when we try to understand it metaphysically, God is that same way. He gave you a home to live in. And what you chose to do in this home is up to you. Because it's millions, if not billions, of people in this same home. And it's a way, no matter where you're at, you can institute order in the chaos. Or if you're on the flip side and it's all order, you can institute chaos. I'm about to utilize 7 days of this PTO and travel to another state. When we are quickened in spiritual understanding, we experience a renewal of mind and of a transformation of body. The mortal becomes immortal. The corruptible becomes incorruptible. It is the resurrection into eternal life. When we understand as a metaphysical principle, will, God, as a directive force, or another way of saying this is the soul as a directive force, is another way of saying it's a part of me that knows. This part of me, this personality part of me, is not. You gotta just be real with yourself.
What say you, Big Hood Mystic? What say you?
Just basically you not your personality, so your desires to want to connect to things and to people that you think you want to connect to.
Let's start from the beginning, big bro. What is Thelema, real quick? Because that was on Thelema, right?
Yeah, the lima is your will. So your will is pure of personality.
Okay.
Your will is not something that like you not telling yourself what
So,
you will do. It's your like your purpose in life.
so preference has nothing to do with this one.
Nah, anything that you imagining is nothing to do with it. It's more to do with letting go of what you think you know or what you want to do. And for a lot of people, you access the will through ritual. It's not like something that you like, all right, um, I'm
I'm
going to
right.
align with my will. You know what I'm saying? Today, it's kind of like when you think about Aleister Crowley, you think of somebody doing a ritual. At least I do.
Yeah.
Somebody doing a ritual. And his whole thing was to access the pure or the true will.
Mhm.
They imagine that it's a force within every human being that just knows, and the work is to access that part.
Mhm.
So a lot of times when you dealing with real live human beings, they are subject and a victim to how they was raised.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you get put in situations where your mom and dad is not there, and if you don't know how to handle it, you look dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ever see somebody just crash out or
I ask
cry?
this: when's the time as a grown person where that is no longer even remotely a good excuse?
It never is, because you talking about a world that responds to logic and action and putting two and two together.
Mhm.
You ain't never went nowhere to the courthouse, walked up to the judge and started crying, and he like, all right, here goes some money.
Yeah, yeah,
Here goes some contractors so they can build your dream house. You was just sitting up in this bitch crying, so I just figured,
unfairly treated, and niggas just gave you shit. Nah.
yeah, no. If you had a plan and a will to do it, you probably got some. You know what I'm saying? You probably got something off the ground.
Somewhere. You were successful somewhere.
Something you did something. But if you sat there and you argued and you fought and you had preferences and you said, nah, you know what I'm saying, I ain't fucking with it, or you wrong, you argue with motherfuckers. You ain't never just sat and argue with a motherfucker and built nothing. That's why if you ever see a toxic ass couple, you know what I'm saying, they'll never be having shit or doing shit. Like, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers go to jail, domestic violence, all this shit.
Mhm.
You would think that you could have did something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so many times that people in their life, they get into a situation where your girl done pissed you off. And you think at this particular moment, you gotta do some violence or hurt or something like that. You
Mhm.
could do something different, but niggas don't think like that. And there's so many niggas in jail, 25 years to life, and like just ruining their life just because they didn't even understand that God had a purpose for them. God had a plan for
Mhm.
because they don't walk that walk. You know what I'm saying? They in their own, they doing whatever the fuck they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like, we even got a certain a certain idea of that God is supposed to serve us on a certain level. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And some of these,
The spiritual entitlement. Yes, sir.
yes,
Do it. Go ahead.
and even when we get something that we call misfortune, it really was for our betterment. You get what I'm saying? So while we praying for something, it's we've already been blessed. And so that blessing was put into place. I'm just saying, arbitrarily was put into place to make us better. You get what I'm saying? For us to be illumined in some kind of way, to have some new understanding and growth as a spiritual being. But we'll end up getting mad at that shit. Like, God, what was going on with my life, man? This shit's fucked up. And you know what I mean? Whereas you're supposed to sit and meditate and say, why am I experiencing this? What have I done to attract this experience? You know, what what type of what type of energy am I? You get what I'm saying?
Go to the next one first.
What am I going through in order to become whatever it is that I'm supposed to become? Because we never question the purpose of our existence. We only question God in giving us what we want. You know what I mean? And kind of like circling it back around when we talk about, these spiritualists, all they want to do is make a dollar. I remember when I was a kid, hearing people talk about the secret and manifestation. And it was just to get cars and homes and shit. It wasn't about understanding and healing people and coming together for the greater good. It was about what can I get for myself that other people can't get for themselves. You know what I mean? It's always that dumbass shit. But I would just challenge people to the things that's fucked up about your life, look at them as blessings. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you one thing, that mercurial energy is laughing at you. While you crying, it is laughing at you. Like the Kendrick Lamar song, this is what God feel like. Like,
Every time I cry, I get the full card. So that just shows you how spirit feel about crying.
Yeah, like so. Motherfucker. Well, fuck it. This is how you gonna learn. You could have had it the easy way, but now I gotta crack your sense of comfortability. You know what I mean? I gotta
Glad you
push you
brought
through that
that up.
canal. I had to crack the egg, you know, so that you can really understand. Because it seemed like you only respond to, you know what I mean, getting your ass kicked or respond to trauma. Whereas the answers are there. It's just what path are you choosing? You choosing the path of mercy or the path of severity or the path of mildness. You get what I'm saying? Like it all leads Malkuth to Kether. You know what I mean? But you choose how you get there.
Yeah, you do choose that route. That route is your picking. Like, blame that shit on nobody.
And sometimes ask yourself, why did I choose this?
Yeah.
Because through our thinking,
Sort of
we
like,
make choices.
why did I sleep with that nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you knew you wasn't supposed to fuck that bitch. Like, you knew you wasn't supposed to bring her home, bro. You knew it, bro. You did it anyway. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean that's really it. It's just I think the way that we think is an action, is a certain level of consent. You know, I think when we think negatively, we give consent to negative experiences. You know, whereas we'll walk around like, I didn't want this, you know, but you worried about it, you know, so greatly that you pulled it to yourself. You created a vortex.
Yeah.
And then same thing on the other end. You can be so fixated on being successful, so fixated in helping others and seeing people best qualities come online. And that will happen, you know, or better yet, you'll be around people that are like that. I'm not gonna say you can, you know what I mean? You can't praise somebody out of stupidity. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with praying for people, but it starts with meditation.
Yeah,
and it's very subtle.
It can make you real disingenuous real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get down to the real nitty gritty, you can't lie to spirit as to why you praying for somebody. If you want some bullshit, by the time you get to the prayer, you're not gonna mumble that shit because you know you want some bullshit. Why would you do that with spirit? Like that don't even work. Like I think a lot of what you were talking about also points to people's inability to deal with resistance when masculinity lives on resistance. Like we base all of our shit off of resistance, right? Like that's how you train the body, is based off of resistance. If you don't have any resistance, then everything is easy and cool and free. And so how do you know if you're actually doing anything, if you're actually accomplishing anything? You don't, because you're just chilling because everything is cool and calm and free. I think society's inability to want to experience any sort of resistance anywhere is what both of y'all have been talking about. Like niggas don't want to experience no inconvenience whatsoever. Like a nigga will make a TikTok about his Uber right now. That nigga 5 minutes late. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how bad we've gotten. But I think that has to do with the inability with intestinal fortitude, right? With being able to withstand in your endurance spiritually and mentally, right? Like you can go through some shit and still come out on the other side. Like niggas go through the idea of thinking about going through some shit and panic right away. Here's another video I wanted the big bro to speak to. Please play that.
You don't want to fall in love because you fell in love with the. You don't want to get out the house. You don't want to get out the bed. You don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want to fall in love because you fell in love with the wrong person. You fell in love without a strategy. You fell in love and you said emotions is going to guide me the whole way, right? And once again, it won't, because the emotions change, the emotions turns, and if you don't have a foundation, if you don't have a way out of, you don't have a way to kind of balance this ship out, it won't balance and it'll capsize. So lust, the result within itself, is always going to give you the same results that the lust have gave you, because lust and results are not. If you really want something, you're going to have a strategy and you're going to have an insurance plan if things go bad, because things can and will go bad. That's Murphy's Law. When will is pure, it is not driven by personal gain, ego, or a desire for a result. When you do what you are meant to do, simply because this is just who you are, that is perfect. So imagine how many times people sit and say, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't have no direction in my life, hood. I just been sitting here drinking Mountain Dews, Red Bulls, and Monster Energies and hot Cheetos. I know it ain't good for me, but I think I'm addicted, hood. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You need to follow your father's will. Now, because people don't like their father. People expect their father to do more for them than what their father is actually doing for them. One's in the chat if your father could have done more for you, or you feel as though your father could have did more for you, or you have felt that your father could have done more for you. Very rarely does a person say, I'm grateful for my father for creating me. And once again, we're not talking about our literal father, we're talking about the metaphysical father, because this is how we convey the message of Thelema, through the Father as a metaphysical principle, and Christ and Christ consciousness as a metaphysical principle. Because what is the ultimate principle? Something had to come from something. Nothing comes from nothing. You don't want to get out the.
Yeah. Break that down, big bro.
You don't want to get out. Just simple. You gotta have order. Like, basically what I'm saying, like you can't be wanting shit out of life without order, because it gets harder. People have an evil inclination to fuck shit up. So the ways for which you are orderly in your life, which is the way of the Father represents discipline, order, the better you are. The more people in this, liberal world is going to have a problem with it. Like, you go to your job and be the most ordered person, but if people don't like you, you get fired. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't like you.
Can you break down the misrepresentation that I think exists on the spiritual network when people hear the axiom, do what thou wilt?
When you say like do what thou wilt, and
Yeah,
people
his axiom, like Alistair Crowley,
so, yeah, I'll look it up and just show you how people
misrepresent it, because the way you broke it down is the way I understood it, but most people don't represent it that way.
It says, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. It does not mean simple hedonism. It doesn't mean do what you want to do.
Break down hedonism.
Hedonism is like sex, materialism, passion,
going for whatever you can get type shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is, but in Thelema, it's individuals should discover and follow their true will. So your true will is not a preference. It's not a decision. It's not what you think. It's not what you feel. It's not what you hope for.
Irrespective of your personality.
Yeah, it is already encoded within your DNA. It's your unique life purpose.
That goes with life purpose, right?
Right. And that you should do what the will. You should follow your will. And that is the whole of the law.
Right. And that will be the whole of the law.
Yeah, but you need structure and order into this.
How has it been represented though? Misrepresented? Because
it's been represented like you could do what you want. And that's what they're talking about.
Okay. Meaning sleep with whomever, do whatever rituals, like invoke whoever, blah, blah.
Yeah, all types of weird rituals from, nigga, you name it. I'm not about to say it, but
Nah. We've discussed it and laughed in infinity on this show about that. But yeah, like that's what you're ultimately alluding to, is the people that take the knowledge and they essentially pervert it by using it for their own selfish gain.
right.
Okay.
It
Because I
makes
think
me
that's a big distinction when we're talking about this shit, because a lot of people think that when they hear do what thou wilt, they think that means that shit, that is biblical. I can do what I want. No, that's not what that means. The will is tied to purpose, which is tied to the soul, which is tied to the thing that is ingrained in you before you even are implanted here. So yeah, that's in the fabric.
You think about your father's will, you think about like, I want my kids to work out every day. They don't. They be like, nigga, fuck you.
fuck,
Work out.
fuck them barbells, nigga. Like
Yeah, like work out.
this Xbox, nigga. The fuck?
Yeah, video games. So it's like, think about that as an adult, and the things such as meditation or going deeper in your spiritual work, to whereas it's more of like you ain't no result in that, or giving up a habit, or just doing the right thing, but the thing that you don't want to do is more aligned to the Father's will, or do what thou wilt, then do whatever you want to do. It's
Mhm.
like it's literally the opposite of that.
It's literally the opposite of that. Because do whatever you want to do is tied to your ego, and your ego has nothing to do with anything spiritual in you. Like it's literally the thing that doesn't want you to be spiritual 1000%. Like it's the thing that will judge you on your spirituality. That's the thing. That's the ego. Yeah.
I think the way it's worded makes it difficult, because who is thou?
Who is
In,
thou?
in, in the
Who is
essence of
thou?
what y'all saying, thou is the Father. It's not you.
That's why he kept bringing up Father's will, because I was curious about that too. But then I looked up thou. Somebody is present when you say thou.
Okay, so it's like, do with this word is interesting though. The one addressed thou.
It's crazy when you say it like that. When you single it out, that shit is crazy.
There's a philosophical term called teleology, which deals with like the purpose of something's existence as like an end result. It makes me think, the Thelema is similar to that.
Yeah, Thelema is basically theosophy and Rosicrucianism together. So Helena Blavatsky took P.B. Randolph's teachings, and she created theosophy, right? Aleister Crowley took those same teachings and he created Thelema. So basically, what you're looking at are derivative spin-offs of sex magic from P.B. Randolph. That's what this is all based in, because both of their teachers essentially was P.B. Randolph. I mean, he got Crowley got a lot of his stuff from Matthias Levy and the breakdown of the temple and the science of Ra, but his sex magic came from P.V. Randolph. And I thought this was interesting, something that we could talk about since we need to maybe lighten the mood because we was a little too spiritual. I don't know.
But when they meet a guy, right, they secretly pick him apart because they're self-sabotaging.
Yeah.
Do you know how many of these women are petrified of love? They got the false belief that they want a man. They got the false belief that they need a man. They got the false belief that they're ready for a man, and they'll get a man, and they're loving him with one eye open because they feel like love has to be a catch. Go ahead, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
The
No. You good.
self-sabotage
You good.
is real.
Yeah, and I think that's where you're hitting on. I think that's what you're touching on. B is, because there is a fear that's there. I'm hearing that there's not only just the fear, but there's also I just don't have the capacity where I'm at in my life to love, to give it, to be everything that someone would need. But yet you're still out in the. And I'm also hearing there's still expectations out in the dating world.
I'm not saying I don't have the capacity to love and get what I need. I'm saying, honestly, what is required of really dating and getting out there in that instance, I don't have that time or that energy for that. But you kind of do have the capacity if someone is coming along and they're able to properly provide a safe space, provide what you need in that instance. A lot of guys are fearful of coming in to do that because the mindset for women is the complete opposite.
And can I really quickly, before I lose this thought here, what you just described is the reason why men are afraid to date.
Yeah, it's not
because you don't have. It's because that we're meeting men and men meeting women who don't have the capacity, right? I would strongly encourage you to not be dating. And the reason why is because you're not in a place
but
where
there's
you're able
different
to get
dating
100%.
styles, right? There's dating for a committed relationship, and
and that's the problem.
And
that's why
I think casual dating is healthy.
That's the problem. That's why
casual dating is not healthy.
That's why we're in a place. The question that you asked for him, the very question that you asked this man as to why men and women are separated and why they're in a divided state right now is because everybody's dating on their own terms and not having purpose. If we're gonna date, the only reason why people need to date, you need to be married for marriage. If you dating to be casual, then you're not dating. Just go fuck somebody.
But even
and have
the Bible
fun.
say not everybody is meant to be married.
Okay. Again, if that's what you want to do, you want to fuck. Don't call it dating.
But it is dating.
It's not dating.
It's not courting.
Dating has a purpose. Courting has a purpose. You don't have no purpose. You're just out here having fun and you're fucking.
How about the women who act as if they've done the work?
Hey, I mean,
What say you?
She told her, and she started just pulling shit out of her ass. Like, well,
We need to justify her casual.
different type of dating styles.
She needed to get that in there. She was like, "So I only can date for long term." Like, yes, she needed to get that in there. Bro.
She told her.
But I was also looking at the different styles. So like, the one girl got a fupa, and the other one she got the auntie starter kit on. The nigga said she got in the comments. I had to repeat it. He said she got the auntie starter kit on. I swear to God. So about the one in the blue jean hooker. Well, anyway, I'm looking at the different style of woman, and I'm the style of woman that I'm looking at goes with the response. The auntie with the auntie starter kit hookup, the jean jacket hookup, jean shirt, and open dress look. Yeah, she's still outside. The other girl, she inside. So that's what I saw. What you see, Hood?
Shit. I knew it from the beginning. I mean, this is the thing that is what we've kind of been talking about the whole live. The thing is divided in reference to, where a woman this old, right, think that fucking is an experience.
It's okay. Just hooking up is okay.
Yeah, and it's like that's why I say we had a moral divide within our culture. We don't have no moral standards far as like trying to have relationship conversations with people. Like the premise is like, all right, the girl is going to be good when you get into a relationship with her, and that is very much possible.
But so dangerous, bro.
But that's not something that you should really expect with a mindset of a woman like that is casually dating men, and dating fucking whoever she want to fuck for whatever reason. So she could be fucking somebody for whatever, right? And now the ways for which when you get married and you have a long-term relationship, you don't have the capacity to love that man
at all.
So, but then a deeper point is that I think where like you reach a dead end in these conversations, they arguing because they don't give a fuck, right? So it's like just coming to a consensus on like, all right, this is what men like, this is what men is into. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck what you into or what you
like.
I'm out here getting what I want, what I like, what I want, and
yeah.
Once again, it's a divide.
These people have somebody in their life telling them, yeah, like
if you don't, it's called solipsism. It's only them in the world. That's what's so dangerous about being in a relationship. You're an accessory.
Yes.
You're not a human.
Yes. As soon as anything becomes an inconvenience to them, it becomes an inconvenience to you. Because everything revolves around how they feel about the experience. Like that's dangerous, yo.
That word sound funny. It sounds like sloppyism or some shit.
Yeah,
it's like
I forget it every time.
It sounds like they didn't even think to come up with it. Like
it just was like solipsism.
It's close. It's close enough, Bob.
Is you gotta devalue your perception.
Yeah.
Stop acting like your ideals are the pinnacle of existence. If you want a solution.
Tell me that is not a key component to narcissism. Tell me that is not.
Hell yeah.
Tell me that is not.
Hell yeah.
You're lucky, bro, if you find somebody
that doesn't have that.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You're not even being seen for your quality of your human existence, your character.
It never be. You have so many people stuck in their arrested development, my nigga. Like they just reliving out their old life through you every day. Like
every single day, you're a reflection of their actions. And think about how wild that is.
Think about how many things you've done purely from your heart for someone, and they didn't even properly or couldn't even properly receive that shit because they were just thinking about them the whole way through.
Listen, a girl had told me you would have had to pay rent anyways. I said, yo, what?
What?
Yo, what? Yo, what? Like, I would have had to pay rent anyways, but I damn sure would have had some different holes up in this motherfucker too. That's
crazy. That is
about?
A crazy thing to say to a nigga.
Crazy statement, dog. I couldn't
believe it. I know you thought you was in the Twilight Zone. Like,
Yes, dog. For
who you
real.
talking to? Like,
For real. For real. It's like you think, listen, it's like you think you're doing something that a motherfucker care about. You gotta be very careful out
super
here.
careful, bro.
Cause I'll just add one more point. If she like you, she gonna make that shit super easy for you. If she don't like you, she gonna make that shit super hard for you.
If
And you gonna see it and feel it every
if
day.
she like you, you're not even gonna know you in a relationship, and you in a relationship. If she don't,
It's your way.
yeah, if she don't like you, nigga, every day is gonna be walking a tightrope. Every day, you're gonna be begging for your existence, nigga.
And it's usually when men suffer in a relationship is when they by themselves a lot of times.
Yeah, they cut off their family, they cut off their friends. They think they're just supposed to isolate themselves and focus on their partner, and that is actually the opposite of what the fuck they're supposed to be doing. Because in that realm, they're not even touching reality. Like, you're not even in reality. You're in this little fucking cocoon that is her world, bro. I swear to fucking God. You ever been insulated, nigga, with a bitch? Nigga, 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 nigga. You acquiesce all you want to. Keep giving her everything you want, all you want to. Before you know it, nigga, she gonna have your wake up on schedule, your bedtime on schedule, your clothes on schedule. Like, listen, your whole life will be on schedule. She gonna pattern that shit out. I'm telling you, bro. And I think the key component is that shit you said the other day, Hood, about the putting a woman on a pedestal shit is done for men. Like, you can't do that no more unless you picked her. If you picked her, all right, go for it, nigga. But don't put her on the pedestal and you're not sure about picking her, but you still sleeping with her, bro. Don't. That's all I'm saying. Gotta be sure. If you're sure, then you can sleep with her, then you can do all that other stuff, because sex is marriage. Spiritually, sex is marriage. I don't care what your mouth say. I understand you got this many chicks in your Rolodex. I understand. You got a roster, boo-boo. I understand. You got that nigga that you call whenever everything is going wrong. You got that one dude you call. I understand. But you're going to have to get rid of all of that if you're talking about doing this over here. Like, you got to get rid of all that shit. And that's the shit. I don't think we're at a place, because of the moral divide, where people can actually be 100% transparent with other people. I think because people have been doing what they wanted to do for so long, that they got a lot of bodies buried in these closets. And because of that, this is why you'll never get a woman and tell you her real body count. This is why you'll never get a man that'll be able to tell you his real body count. Like, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. Like,
I think we got into a point now in society, in real life. Like, I think, like, at certain points, they like provocative conversations online, but in real life, even high, low, well, especially a high body count, that bitch never gave a fuck in the first place.
no, so she stopped counting like 50 ago, my nigga. Like, don't ask her nothing, my nigga. Like,
it's not a conversation where we have it
at all.
Where it's like, all right, this factors or this matters or this tracks.
It does.
I'm saying this all to say that you don't even realize why you suffer in your relationship, or you don't know, like, her.
You don't have the words, maybe.
No, I'm being specific. Like you don't when you're in a relationship, the older you get, even the multitude of experiences that this person have had that have molded her, that have influenced her, that have made her the person that she is today.
Mhm.
You don't have a grasping of it because you wasn't there, and it was before you. You didn't even exist.
Mhm.
Now, if you take this relationship serious and you move forward, everything that you experience within this relationship is related to something that you would never get a full grasp on. So one of the key things that you should look for when dating a woman is when she's telling you stuff about her. She might not tell you everything, but she'll tell you the
With
juicy
small
shit.
detail.
She'll tell you some shit to have your heart race beating, and you'll think about it from time to time, like, oh, this motherfucking slutty ass bitch,
Yeah.
right? You need that within your relationship because, like, at least you know who you dealing with, and she can't come at you pure than out. Like we both
All
know,
those grounding moments.
yeah, like we both know you a motherfucking you get down for
Yeah.
yours, and
Because
everybody
niggas
get
be
down for
floating
theirs.
on clouds with women that they having sex with for no reason at all.
Yeah, because they don't know. You can't know what you don't know,
Mhm.
but that is like grounds for like I mean, at a psychological level, man, like this is your real life. And you think about being in a relationship
1000%. Like you're gonna treat everybody how your relationship is going with this woman.
and I mean, think about how she is treating you,
Mhm.
like how she shows up for you.
Mhm.
And the way for a man to vet and to choose a young man that is with 10 fingers and 10 toes,
Yes.
all his vital organs, he can get a woman that thinks the world of him
Mhm. Yes, he can.
if he just take his time and be patient and not deal with a bitch that's giving him her ass to kiss on a daily basis because she been ran through.
Don't go for the one that everybody like on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to know. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna know what she did in the
You
past?
need
I'm saying like you need to really deal with somebody that actually like you at a crazy level. Like this bitch never even liked a nigga
it
before.
gotta be a core level, but you would know a core level. Like you couldn't manufacture someone liking you at a core level.
Nah, you can't do that. You because the type of girl you gotta put effort into.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, she don't really like you, but you doing everything right. So she kind of feel compelled to fuck with you.
Yeah, the first
But
time you
say for
saw her,
instance, you don't showed her some flaws
yeah,
or you done showed
oh,
her
you had
some
a little gut.
scars.
First time you saw her, you had a little gut. Now you've been working out for 6 months. Like now you look like, you know what I'm saying? You look like some shit, you know what I'm saying? Totally different, but you did that all from the inspiration you got from looking at her. How she looked at you, how she didn't respond to you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's interesting though, that there's still older women that are trying to justify being outside. Like still, that's still a thing, bro. Like Freaknik wasn't enough. Like she looked like she was old enough to be in Freaknik. I'd be damned if I'm 40 years old talking about I'm going to the club tonight, nigga. Like, I'll be damned. Nigga, I'm sitting on the back porch looking at the fucking nature, nigga, like looking at the sun come up, looking at the sun go down. Fuck is you talking about? I'm not going to no damn club. When last time you been to a club, hood?
I mean, at least 15 years. At least.
2021, somewhere in there.
Nah, I said at least like 15
25
years.
then. It's like 25 then.
Yeah, probably like I was like, yeah, that would be about right. 25 for sure. I mean, it ain't even like I feel like if you making money at the club, you a DJ or a bartender, you know, get
I would never knock the people that get paid from the club. I would never knock those people. I'm talking about the
yeah,
people that's trying to find love in the club. I'm talking about the people that's still trying to find love. Like that's
yeah.
weird.
That's an interesting dynamic. I mean, it's like it can happen to anybody, even people that are in a relationship. I just think that like I think that you gotta really get into a space of self-love, you know, like the way my thing is I'm on the internet and I'm waiting for a conversation that we can have about the ways for which women love men at an intimate deep level. And they stand on that shit. And every week
Without
they got different podcasts on how they love their man at deep levels.
without any caveats, without any
No caveats, no disclaimers, no
Mhm.
bated breaths, no underhanded comments, no reference to his dick size,
This is not
weight,
this is not
his bank
this is
account.
not a niche that you're trying to make money in. Like
No, you just every week. This is how I love my nigga. This is how I love my man. This is how I show up for my man. I only hear women bash niggas on a certain level,
mm-mm,
right? Good enough to fuck, not good enough to like love,
mm-mm.
right?
What I hear is a incessant societal norm that has become a societal norm, an incessant energy that has become a societal norm from women that even if we don't talk about accountability on a responsible, moralistic level, but if we talk about accountability on a participation level, like there is always a caveat to how far she's willing to go to praise a man. Like there's always a caveat to how far a woman is willing to go in order to big up a particular man. Right? Like there's a cap when it comes to exactly what you're describing, Hood, and that is the treatment of men. And overwhelmingly, the bashing is at a point where it's like, it's not just corny. Now it's to a point where I'm trying to figure out your chess move because it's a really bad move. And I just wanted you to be prepared for when you make the full move. Because like the refusal to acknowledge men on a pure, responsible, and accountable level, like the refusal that so many women have, is almost like they've connected that shit to their survival to some level.
Because I tell you, it's not a new thing. It's a very old thing that have been perpetuated through generations now. It's in all of the schools, it's in all of the workplaces, it's in all of the normal, regular, degular conversation. It's very subtle, but it's very prominent.
Mhm.
And the conversation is it is horrifying to, you know, I'm born in the 80s, you know,
Same here.
I got some tact
Mhm.
to my
Mhm.
approach to life. I got finesse.
Mhm.
You know, I got some witchcraft, hoodoo. I do a little bit of this, a little bit
A
of
little
that.
bit, little pizzazz.
Little pizzazz, little panache, little panache.
Yeah,
You know,
little panache. Yeah, absolutely. You definitely got that.
but my heart bleed for so many men that just don't don't even know that they need it, right? And go in this world with their heart on their sleeves. They normal personality. They don't got no street edge or nothing. They just, hi, my name is, nice to meet you. Would you like to go out later? And a bitch looking at him like, if you don't get your lame ass out my face.
He going out every day, giving the world everything he got.
Every inch. And it don't even affect him in a just his personality. He's just waiting for the one day.
Somebody give him one chance to let him in type shit.
Yeah, and you don't even understand. You don't even get it because once again, it's like the larger point. It's a strategy, or it's nothing.
And it's a system.
It's a system. It's a way to do it, tried and true. It's a science behind it. It's a study behind it. It's effort behind it, or it ain't happening.
And not to mention it does it is predicated upon class in a lot of different ways.
Unfortunately, what we don't know as Black people is that we got to work 3 times harder as everybody just to be
in the conversation,
just to put your head above water. What are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You could be a well-to-do Black person and still live in a Black neighborhood, to the level of you can't afford to live in a white neighborhood because you don't got enough money.
Or you tired of them niggas putting shit on your lawn and burning it.
I mean, it's you be around them enough, you understand that some of them just not gonna like you, and some of them gonna act like they don't see you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not ever a point in time where you don't understand that it's a racial difference between y'all two people. If you're around white people, ain't no Black person around a majority of white people like, man, these people are so fucking friendly.
Yeah, never.
You go around white people because it's safer, but not because the people are friendlier.
Mm-hmm.
I know that don't make sense, but it's the truth.
Yeah, it's the truth because the reason why it's safer is because they're more systematic. We more
orderly.
Yeah, we more
less chaotic.
Like your man is liable to knock on your door at 6 o'clock in the morning because he needs something. You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas is not coming nowhere near your house. Like, you're gonna see them at work, you're gonna see them at the gas station, you're gonna see them food shopping. Like, you don't see them unless you have to.
Mm.
Nigga in your neighborhood knock on your door 3 o'clock in the morning on some bullshit.
Business is business,
Yeah, I think we touched on a lot tonight. I do think though that the moral divide is something that we can continue to unpack. Because I think that the levels in which the divide exists matter more than the fact that it's an actual divide. Because I think the levels where the divide exists, they exist in the schools, they exist amongst these YNs secretly. And I think if anything gonna pop off, that's where it's gonna pop off at. These young boys is gonna be the ones that's gonna pop it off.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Mexico.
yeah. Shout out to them. I hope they get that.
Gen X revolution. So
yeah,
it's a bunch of young people doing a thing that millennials ain't do, that Generation Z didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Baby boomers for sure didn't do. So
all of them not beat. They not beat. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, like the repercussions far outweigh what niggas is trying to gain. So,
Because they realize it's more them than whoever trying to go against
yeah,
them.
yeah, and the idea of what they stand a chance to lose pales in comparison to what they make a chance to gain. So
These niggas is in Mexico with the cartel. Like they are like, what the fuck do they got to lose?
yeah. You on the world stage with the most ruthless people on the planet, like yeah, that's what it is. That's
And then the president want to be in bed with the cartel. I guess they said enough is enough. Now, when is this country going to just realize that our politicians is ran by the corporations? Maybe that's a whole nother conversation, but
yeah,
it deserves
that's
to be had.
that might be the impetus as to why you should go ahead with the political channel, and I'll fully support you on that.
So, I mean, somebody got to say something, but yeah, man, we'll table these conversations for now and
Yeah.
dive deeper into
Today,
it.
Sunday. So, how y'all doing for tomorrow night for Moon Day? Or we getting together on Tuesday? Which one we doing?
I'll be around for sure.
All right. So
Same.
about 7:30, I'll put out the link. Man.
All right. Peace to the tribe.
Peace to the
Peace.
collective.
See y'all later.
Peace.
Welcome to the Moon Day Mystic Weekly podcast. This Moon Day and every Moon Day, get prepared energetically for the week with Jabri Ali, Hood Mystic, Sacred Serpent, and AD. Always remember, you're welcome.